Vanguard is one of the OGs when it comes to investing. They are known for their low-cost index funds, and many people still choose to use Vanguard today. How do you open an account with Vanguard? How do you fund that account? And how do you actually invest? That's what I'm going to show you today because that's where a lot of people can get hung up. So first off, you've got to get that account opened. So when you go to Vanguard, if you're on your phone using the app, this is what the screen is going to look like. Here, you're going to click on that Get Started button, and it's going to walk you through the processes of opening an account. You've got a couple of options when it comes to getting started inside of Vanguard. Let's assume you're opening your own individual account. We're not transferring over any investments from a different one or rolling over an employer plan or signing up for an employer plan. We are focused on opening our own individual account. So you to click on open an account. Vanguard gives you a little bit of information about what this process is going to look like. You're going to choose your account, give some information about yourself, fund your account, and finish opening and investing into that account. So I'm going to go ahead and click that Get Started button, and I'm not going to walk through this whole process, but just show you a little bit of what it looks like in order for you to get through it. So the first thing Vanguard is going to show you is some of the most popular account types that people tend to open. First, they're highlighting their cash accounts. Those are not quite investment accounts, so we're going to just scroll down past those. And the investment accounts are the individual brokerage, the joint brokerage, the Roth IRA, and the traditional IRA that they are highlighting on this front page. If one of these is the type of account that you want to open, then you would just select it, and then it's going to walk you through the steps of how to open that account. I'm not going to walk you through that because it's literally going to tell you exactly what information you need in order to do that. Most people are going to be needing one of these different types of accounts, but if this is not the type of account you need, you can use that menu bar at the top and just select the one that you are looking for. For instance, let's say you're opening up a custodial account for your child. Then you would scroll over until you find custodial, find the specific type of account that you want to open, and then walk through the steps of opening that account. When you log into your account, this is the home screen that you're going to see. Of course, if this is a brand new account, you're going to see zeros across the board. But if you had this account for a while, then this is what you're going to see here. You're going to see the total balance of all of your accounts at the top of the screen. Below that, you're going to see the returns over all time for your account. You'll see that in dollars and your percentage rate of return as well. You can toggle to see this information based on year to date, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, or all time. Down below, you'll see all of the different accounts that you have open with Vanguard. For each of your accounts, you'll see the balance of each one, what the rate of return has been, and what type of account it is. Down below, you're going to see cost basis, portfolio watch, and a breakdown of your portfolio. The breakdown of your portfolio is going to show you how much do you have invested in stocks versus bonds versus short-term versus other investments. What we are trying to do next is to actually fund your account and invest the money. So in order to do that, you actually have to go to the Transact section, which is down at the bottom. You'll see a Transact button and you'll click on Transact. From here, if you don't have any money deposited into Vanguard already, you first have to fund the account. Fund the account just means transfer money into Vanguard so you can actually invest it. So you would click on the deposit button. Here, it's going to show you what account this money is being deposited into. And then from here, you'll have to select a funding source. The options that Vanguard gives me is a mobile check or a bank account that I've already connected in here. It doesn't give me an option to connect a new bank account. And here's one of the drawbacks of the Vanguard app is that you can't really do everything in the Vanguard app that you may want to. Some of this stuff may need to be done from a computer. So if you run into a problem where you're not able to select a funding source here, you may need to move to your computer to do this and not be able to do it from your mobile app. Okay, so once you've selected your funding source, then you can go ahead and put in the dollar amount that you want to transfer, review that information, and then make that transfer into Vanguard. Once the money is settled into Vanguard, then you can go ahead and make your investment. Next, we're going to make our investment. In order to do that, we go back to that Transact screen and we can choose to buy ETFs and stocks or mutual funds. If you wanted to purchase mutual funds, just be aware that many of the Vanguard mutual funds come with a minimum investment when you make your first purchase. That minimum investment tends to be at least $1,000. I've also seen it be at least $3,000. So just be aware that if you do want to invest in some of those popular Vanguard mutual funds, then there may be a minimum amount that you need to invest to get started. Now, you don't have to continue to make that minimum investment amount each time you buy that particular fund. Just when you make that first purchase, you need to invest at least the minimum. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to click on buy under mutual funds. And I first need to choose the account that I want to make the purchase from. From here, I'm going to choose a specific mutual fund. If you already have purchased a mutual fund in the account before, it's going to show that mutual fund so that you can continue to buy more of it if you choose to, or you can just click on buy a new fund. If this is brand new to you, of course, you're going to be choosing buy a new fund. From here, you can search for the mutual fund that you're interested in. I've already got a few up that I've searched for recently. The Vanguard Target Retirement Date Fund of 2055. That one has a minimum investment of $1,000. And also you can see VFI8X, the Vanguard 500 Index Fund, and that one has a minimum investment of $3,000. So if this is your first time purchasing either one of these, then you have to buy in by putting at least $1,000 for that target date fund, or at least $3,000 for that S&P 500 fund that Vanguard has here. So just be aware of that whenever you're choosing to do the mutual funds. So if you were going with that, you would select the mutual fund that you want, enter the dollar amount that you are trying to invest, and then you would go ahead and pay for your order. Instead, if you were doing stocks or ETFs, then you would go to the buy or sell button for stocks and ETFs. From here, you're going to select the account you want to make the purchase from. Once you do that, it's going to show you how much you have available for purchases. That's the amount of money you have in cash that you can use to buy stocks or ETFs or those mutual funds. Underneath, you're going to have a section where you can search for what it is you're wanting to buy. Let's just say it's VTI. And then here it's going to show you how much that is costing, the approximate cost right now. And down below, you'll select buy under that transaction section. And then you can buy this particular ETF in shares or in dollars. So you can put the number of shares you want to buy. We know that we've got share cost of $338.65. Let's say you had $400 to invest, then you know you could buy one share. So you could put either one share here and then you'd have some leftover money. Select the way you want to purchase it. I'm just going to do market, which is the cost that it's selling at in the market. And then it gives you a preview of what that is going to cost you in order to make that purchase. First on there, you see commission. There used to be a lot of charges for commissions back in the day. Now, a lot of times you make these transactions, it's going to be free or free trades. And then it shows you how many shares you're buying and the estimated amount. If I were to change this from shares to dollars, and try to invest the full $400 that I have, then the only order type option I have is market. I don't get to choose if I want to do a limit order or a stop order or stop limit. So then down below, again, we're going to see what's the commission cost, what's the estimated shares. Now I'm going to get a partial share with this one, and then what's the total amount that I'm going to pay. And then you can preview that order. It's going to show you your account that you are making the purchase in, how much you have available to purchase, and then what you are actually buying. So down below, I'm buying that VTI. This is the amount of shares that I'm expecting to purchase. The order type is going to be a market order. The duration is for the day. I'm submitting this order for today. And then the commission, there's none. And the amount that I'm going to be spending in order to make this purchase is $400. So then you can go through with making that purchase. Now, let's pretend you were buying something else than an ETF. Let's say you're buying an actual stock. Then those in Vanguard, you're not going to be able to buy partial shares. You have to buy a full share of that. So the approximate cost of an Apple stock right now is $264.797. So if I only have $200, I'm not going to be able to buy a share of Apple. I need to have at least $264 in order to make that purchase at that particular price. So then here you're just going to have the option to put in the number of shares. Let's say I want to buy one of them because earlier I said I had 400. That's enough to buy one of these. And then you'll select the order type. Again, I'm going to do market order. That is the cost that it is selling for. And then I am going to see the preview of the order summary. There's free commissions. I'm buying one share. The estimated cost I'm going to pay is $264. And then you can preview that and then go ahead and submit that order. Okay, and that is how you are going to open an account with Vanguard, fund that account with Vanguard, and make a purchase inside of Vanguard. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, leave them below. What is your favorite brokerage account to use? Do you like Vanguard? Do you like Fidelity, Robinhood, Betterment? What's the platform of your choice? I'd love to hear what everyone is using. And if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.